Hello. Now in this lesson, we're going to continue talking about the print features of Excel. What you're going to find here over the next lesson or two is that a lot of these features are really they have some overlap between them. You know, we've already learned how to print preview. We've added it to the quick access toolbar. We've already learned how to set the print area and kind of print just sort of a subset of a worksheet. We've also used this button down here, which is the print layout button, and that's how we can sort of see a live print preview that we can still kind of interact with our worksheet. Finally, I'd like to draw your attention to the page break preview. That's what this is called. When you click that button, the format of the worksheet changes quite a bit. We can still see everything. We can still interact with the worksheet, so it is superior to a regular print preview. But what we can see is now we have a thick blue line that surrounds everything, and we can see that this is kind of defining our print area. So this is everything that we plan to print. We can also see that there is a dash line. This is where the page break is going to be. And you can actually see that this is labeled page 1 with a watermark. And this one over here is labeled page 2 with a different watermark. So I can see, again, it's the same information as a print preview. It's just sort of relayed to us a little bit differently. Now, how can I benefit from this? If I leave it exactly as is and go to print preview, then I'm going to see the first page with a cutoff here after yearly sales. The second page will have the last two columns. Now notice how large this text here. Try to remember how large this text is here. What we're going to do is take this dash line, which is where the page break is. We'll literally grab it with the mouse and bring it and shift it over to the right. So when we do that, there's no page 2 anymore. It disappeared and now it just says page 1. Looks like magic, right? Well, somehow Excel is going to have to, you can't get something for nothing. So when you do that, what's going to happen if you go to page print preview, everything fits on a page, but notice how the text is now smaller. I do have the phone number column. I do have the Social Security column. I have everything. It's just that it's very small text. So if you have a very nice laser printer or very good eyesight, you can shrink your printouts so that they fit on the page. But you know, you're giving up readability there by doing that. So let me go back. Let me undo that and put that dash line exactly where it was before. The second thing you might want to do, just as an idea, is let's say I don't really care about the yearly sales or the amount of the raise that they had. So if I'm trying to fit this on a printout and I don't want to shrink it by dragging the line here, I can highlight these two columns. I can right click and I can go to hide. We've talked about this before. We can hide the columns. Now they're still there. You can see that it jumps from C to F. Everything is still there, but because I took two columns out, everything now fits on a page. There's no dashed line anymore. And I can confirm that by going to print preview, and I can see that those two columns are just not even visible. They're not printing. And also everything now fits. But of course the downside is that I've actually, kind of gotten rid of that information. So let me go back and highlight them, right click and hit unhide. Everything now pops into place. The final thing I want to show you is that much like I can drag this dashed line to kind of go over here, I can actually adjust the print area right here on the screen. You see, before I showed you how to use the print area button to select the cells that you wanted to print, set the print area, and you could also clear the print area, but you can do it right here. Let's say that I want to bring this whole thing here in and drag it into here. So everything is still in the sheet. You can see the data still there, but I've changed the print area by dragging the border so that all that I'm going to actually print is encompassed in the blue line. And if I hit print preview, that's all that's going to be there. So let me go ahead and undo that. So you can see the page break view here is very useful, but it's kind of have some overlap of functions from some of the other things that we've done before. But it is a tool in your arsenal to be able to define what you want to print, to be able to show and tell Excel exactly how you want it to behave, and most of all, try to figure out a way to show as much data as possible on the printed page.